Okay, I guess you can see me. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Art and today I'm continuing sharing my personal story about me being in the United States. Please take something to eat or something to drink. I'm gonna be drinking coffee with you here today. It's like my third coffee already. Fortunately, I don't have anything sweet to eat or so just take something to eat and make sure you watch me. If you're new here, please make sure you hit the button subscribe. Make sure you put the big thumb up, I'm sorry. It really helps a lot my channel, my growth. And yeah, let's just start talking. If you didn't see my previous video how I moved to United States with $500 about my first day, please go and watch this. It's really interesting story. And now we continue. So basically, when I moved here, I already had a job and I already had a house in for 3 months. I lived in Ocean City, Maryland. I worked there in a kite shop. I've been there also working as a server later. And basically, I was making first like $8 per hour, something like this. And it was a lot for me. I was like making $300 per week. So I was making about $1,200 per month. Then I got a second job and I started to work instead of 30 hours, I started to work 65 hours and I got my second job as a server, which paid very, very good. You know, some people were very nice. I remember this table, they had a check for $50 and they gave me $100 tip and it was like, can we adopt you? And I was like, it was super nice. I didn't know that servers can actually make that much money. And I was really chill when I was in Ocean City, Maryland. I knew I'm probably gonna stay in the United States and I'm gonna try to, get a job here, after my program was finished. So I picked up New York or LA. It was my thoughts. What I'm gonna do, New York or Los Angeles. And I was thinking, okay, I don't have a car, I don't have a driver license, I have to go to New York because it's easier transportation. I watched a lot of Gossip Girl, of course, and Sex and the City. And I was like, okay, I should do New York because it's just easier. So basically what I did, I went to Facebook group. I had like $3,000 saved with me. Yeah, you can say he's crazy. $3,000 is not enough for New York. I was crazy. I was like $3,500 saved after the whole summer. Also, I sent money back home like $1,000. So per summer, I saved around $4,500, which was pretty good for a person who didn't speak English very well. I don't know how my manager even gave me a job in the restaurant because I didn't even know what is a wheat toast or like Bud Light. But whatever. Coming back to the story about my moving to New York. I decided to move to New York and there was December 23rd or 22nd, I guess, 2017. What I did before, I went to the Facebook group New York Roommates, something like this, in Russia, like Russian group. And I found people, they were from Kyrgyzstan. I don't know if someone knows, it's a country. They were from Kyrgyzstan and they were like looking for a roommate. They said they have this room. They said, the room costs $700. I'm paying $700 deposit for the first month and I'm paying $700 per month. It was two. It was a girl and a guy. They were living in the next room. They were working in an Uber, and also the guy was getting his degree in so I don't remember what degree. And I was like talking with them on the phone, and they looked and seemed very nice people to me, and they sent me pictures of the my future apartment, my future room, and it looked like so dirty. I probably could find better, but it was only $700. It was Shepherd's Bay, but not Shepherd's Bay if someone is from New York here, but closer. It was Brooklyn, and it was like where a lot of Jewish and Russian people live. That's all I remember how they explained me the area. So basically it was close to train BQ, something like this. And I was like, okay, so I got all my stuff, and my landlord sent me from Washington, D.C. I was driving also. I was saving money. I remember I was driving by bus from Washington, D.C. to New York for around 9 hours. It was like Go Bus or something like this. And it was pretty creepy because a lot of people there were like not super nice. Let me drink my coffee a little bit. A lot of people were there, and these people told me that I found roommates. They told me they're gonna pick me up. So I went to, it was like Manhattan. It was my first time in New York City, and I was like dreaming about New York City. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be in New York and I'm gonna be living there. So they picked me up and they were very nice, like in the very beginning. And then we went to apartment. We didn't have elevator, I guess. It was like 6th floor building, very old. And they did mention that they have train by, They said the train is kind of loud, but it's not a problem. You can get used to this. And I was like, okay, if it's train like a couple blocks away or a block away, it's fine. And they didn't mention anything else that bad could happen. So basically, I was not sure what I'm doing because I thought it's New York, and I was literally like, I did move by myself from Ukraine to Warsaw, but I didn't never moved by myself here in America because still I had a job in Ocean City, I had everything. So they picked me up, and then we went to their apartment, and that's where everything starts interesting. So we go into their apartments, and I see two cats in their apartments, which they never mentioned to me, never. And it's not a regular cat, it's a Sphinx. And no offense to Sphinx, but for me they look kind of creepy, and it's two of them. It smells bad, the whole apartment smells bad, and literally they walk me into my room, it's very empty, they have a bed, and I can hear the train very loud because literally there is apartment building, and right when you see out of the window there is a train. Like, there's a train right, like, I don't know how many feet away from you, but you can literally hear it so bad. And you can ask me, what did you expect for $700? I didn't expect anything. I was just not expecting this. I was 20 years old kid by myself in New York City from Ukraine, not even from America, not knowing anyone, and like not knowing the language, had $3,500, which $500 I spent on clothes. Because I was working all summer, I was like, I'm gonna buy Tommy Hilfiger. Coming back to this story, so I walk in, I see the two cats, and I'm like in shock. And then I see this room, and it's kind of nasty, like it feels like so bad, like this bad, It's just so terrible. It's not an American dream I was mentioned. And what I did later, I paid them right away. I paid them $1,400. And I don't know why did I do this, I should have come earlier, but like I said, I was just 20 years old kids who, they didn't tell they have cats, they didn't tell that you literally can see the train in front of your window, and that, it was a lot of stuff going on. I think it's, I don't blame them for anything. I don't know, where is it? Sorry, it was whole time in my video, but whatever. I didn't blame them for anything, but, I am responsible for everything that happened. So basically, I paid them money, and then I just knew I'm not gonna be living there. I paid them $1,400, and I went to sleep, and I couldn't sleep. I could hear Russian people from upstairs, drinking something or wherever. I could hear fucking train all the time. I called my friend who lived in Chicago in a perfect apartment. It was a girl, and I told her this is the what's this is so bad, what I'm gonna do. And she said oh, you should get yourself together. So I didn't hear any support. Probably she was like, I don't understand, you wanted to go to New York. I was like, okay, I have to go to sleep, and then I have to go see the city, and I have to understand what I'm doing. So basically, I woke up, I barely slept, I slept maybe an hour. It was 9, I came to the New York, and I came home around 11 p.m. So I woke up at 8 a.m. and I went at 9 a.m. I went to Times Square. It was the first place I saw. So I went to Times Square, and I sat on these stairs. If you were in New York, you know what stairs are. And I sat on these stairs, and I looked around, and I was like, this is not what I want. I knew it's gonna be like this, but this is not what I expect. And this is not where I felt so bad. I felt so much anxiety. I didn't like my apartment. I didn't know how to ask them about my money back, if they're gonna pay me back. So sitting there, my phone was not charging. I was left with 1,600 or whatever, something like this, 1,600 in my pocket. And I was like, what am I gonna do? I had a girlfriend who also moved into Chicago, and she stayed in Chicago, and she had a boyfriend already. She got a boyfriend there. So I was calling her, and I was like, maybe I can come to Chicago and, just be there. And she was like, okay, if you wanna, you can come, you can stay with me a couple days. I was like, okay. So then I decided, okay, next day, I'm moving out of New York. I cannot be here. Then I called to my people. It's gonna be 9 minutes. Then I called to people who I paid, and she was like, we're not gonna do this. And they started to press me so much. What you were thinking about? We cannot give you back your money and wherever. And I was like, guys, you should give me. This is New York City. If you're looking for a roommate, you will find someone tomorrow. It's not a big deal. But they were like, no, we're not gonna give you back your money. All we can give you to you back is your 700. And I don't know if it's fair, if it's not fair, because they didn't tell me a lot of stuff. And you know, they just gave me back $700, and I did not try to do anything. Like, I didn't try to call police, even though what I would tell police, I gave them deposit, but we didn't sign anything. It was a very stupid situation. You know, I was thinking about this now. I was like, if I would be now, I'm like more wise person now, and I would really fight for this $700. But I literally just left the same day. So I came to New York at September probably 23rd. At 11 p.m. I was at home, and then I left New York, and I was next day at 9 p.m. in Chicago already. I booked my ticket. I took Uber to airport, and I was like, nothing coming. Like, I was like, nothing is gonna stop me. I just felt it's not mine. These people screw me over, or I got screwed. Whatever. You can just text me in the comments. I'm very curious about your situation. I was literally like crying because I was like, now I'm 23 years old. I'm gonna be 24 in like 20 days. And like, I had so much shit here in America, so I dealt with, you know, I lived in different places, but there I was like very like small kid, and I was a dreamer about American dream and everything. And you know, yeah, it probably was not the best decision because they kind of lied to me about a lot about cats. Like, you know, no offense to cats, but I cannot live with cats if there's Sphinx in it, if there are two of them. So you know, this is the story. The moral of the story: never rent apartment before you see this, because you may be screwed. And the whole apartment was also like very, very terrible. Like, it was terrible. But you know, a lot of apartments in New York are terrible, but this was like especially terrible. And the bed, I feel like I was all in a box forever. Yeah, so this is my story about why I ran away from New York and lost $700. Thank you so much if you watched it till this moment. Please subscribe my channel if you didn't. Put a big thumb up. I'm gonna be sharing more of my story, but not just sharing my story, but also vlogging more. Go to my Twitter, if I'm gonna make it. Yeah, I'm gonna make my Twitter. Go to my Instagram, support me. My name is Art. This is very, very nice to meet you. Thank you for drinking coffee or tea with me. It was very nice. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.